As you prepare to tuck yourself into bed tonight, there's something you need to know. Something that could save your life. Listen closely, and don't take your safety for granted. I remember a night when I was just a young woman. I had just turned 18. It was one of those nights when the heat was stifling, and I couldn't sleep no matter how hard I tried. The air was thick, and the sheets were scratchy against my skin. And then there was the buzzing. A high-pitched sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. But the worst part was my pillow. It was lumpy and damp, and no matter how I turned it, it wouldn't stay put. It was like someone or something was under there, moving it around, taunting me. So I got up, feeling uneasy, and walked downstairs to find my dad. He was watching TV, as usual, but something about him was different. He had this eerie smile on his face that made my skin crawl. "My pillow sucks," I said, hoping he'd understand. "Maybe it's Mr. Pillow," he replied with a sly grin. I had no idea what he meant, but his words sent a chill down my spine. Before I knew it, my dad was telling me the most horrific story I had ever heard. About a man named Charles who used to sneak into the rooms of girls who had just turned 18 and strangled them with their own pillows. They called him Mr. Pillow. He was eventually caught and locked up, but that didn't stop the killings. In fact, they got worse. Other girls in the neighborhood were found dead, suffocated in their sleep. The only thing they had in common was the mention of an uncomfortable pillow the night before. At that moment, I thought my dad was just making up a scary story to keep me awake. But as I went back to my room, I realized that my pillow was gone. I looked around and found it lying on the floor of my closet. But how did it get there? Was it really just my imagination, or was something more sinister at play? I screamed for my dad, and he came running down the stairs. He tried to calm me down and convince me that it was just a story, but I could see the fear in his eyes. He knew that something was wrong. And then he remembered my twin sister, Ashley. He raced upstairs to check on her, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I imagined the worst, and the longer he was gone, the more panicked I became. Was she dead? Was she being suffocated in her sleep, just like the other victims? Finally, my dad returned, and thankfully, Ashley was safe. But from that day, I never looked at a pillow the same way again. Every time I lay my head down, I wonder if Mr. Pillow is watching, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. So, before you go to bed tonight, take a good look at your pillow. Is it really just a harmless object, or is it something much more sinister? Don't take any chances, because you never know who or what might be lurking in the darkness, waiting to take your last breath away. Please like the video if you enjoy watching it, but beware, for what you see may haunt you. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for more scary stories. And don't forget to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section.